What would happen to your body, man and woman, if you stopped having sex? Would it be good or would it be bad? If you want to know the answer to this question, make sure you are subscribed to the channel. And now that you've done that, let's get to the topic of today's video. The sex, for some people, the subject is taboo. The person even practices it, but doesn't talk at all about it. For other people, this is a practice that is not so missed. They go years without it, fine. There are also those who take a vow of chastity, following religious concepts or as a characteristic of their own personality. There are people who are almost asexual, that is, sex does not interest in them. And there are those who can't live without it. That's all they think about. They live to have sex. Which group do you belong to? People exist with all types of tastes. But what happened to the body and mind of a person who decides to stop having sex? Number one, stress. This fact is so well known that when there's a fight between neighbors in Brazil, for example, one of the first things you hear amidst shouting is, "This is a lack of penis." Well, the person who says that is right, according to a study carried out by the University of the West of Scotland. He says a lack of sex can increase blood pressure, which in turn can be related to stress. Volunteers wrote in a diary about their sexual activities for 2 weeks. Pressure was also monitored. When they had sex, their blood pressure dropped. Abstinence increased the problem. This is because the production of calming hormones increased significantly during intercourse, and this improves blood pressure. Number two, get sick more often. An active sex life improves the immune system, and this reduces the risk of catching the flu, for example. So if you stop having sex, infections start to come closer more frequently. Studies show that people who have sex 1 or 2 times a week increase immunoglobulin, a substance that stimulates the immune system by 30%. Number 3. Difficult in romantic relationships. This one is pretty obvious, but it is incredibly reported by several people. What happens? The couple starts dating and, for some reason, one of them is not in favor of having sex. There are religions that ask that you only do this after marriage. However, the other person in the relationship feels like it and won't even do it. But every time you talk about it, the other person denies it. Guys, sex is, after love, the force that must unite two people. If one person wants to have sex and the other person in the couple doesn't, the relationship tends to fail. I'm not here saying who's right, who's wrong, because this comes from each person's conscience. But the fact is that the person who chooses to wait will find it more difficult to stay in a relationship, as most people do. Of course, nothing stops two people with the same purpose from meeting. Here, I'm speaking generally. Erectile dysfunction. This one is for them. Men who have more sex achieve more satisfactory erection and are able to maintain that erection for longer. This is because the penis can be compared to a muscle. The more you train, the better your performance. But see if you don't go around have sex with everyone without protection. I'm talking here about sex, not irresponsibility. Total loss of libido. The libido, like the penis, the more it is trained, the more it acts on the body. If you stop having sex, it starts to be produced less frequently, and less and less and less, until it practically disappears. And then, my friends, it will be very difficult to reverse the situation, because the less sex, the less desire you will have. Sex is good, guys, without taking it to the side of religion issues, but speaking as a doctor than I am. Sex is very good for the body. It improves practitioners' self-esteem, improves endorphin production, promotes better night sleeps. It is an excellent cardiovascular exercise, releases oxytocins and estrogens, improves oxygenation in all parts of the body, improves memory, production of progesterone, release of collagen. So I know you want to ask me some question now. Wow, Dayan, so there's nothing good about going without sex? Well, this will vary from person to person. There are asexual people who really don't care about sex. For these women, a non-active sex life is excellent. Another advantage is that the person who decides not to have sex will not run any risk of contracting sexually transmitted infections. There are still people with disorders such as anxiety and depression who find it very difficult to relate. If you choose not to have a relationship, you will remove a possible trigger for emotional problems from your life. As I said, everything will depend on each person's point of view. Now that you know everything that will happen to your body if you stop having sex, be sure to spread the information. Share this video with everyone you know, especially with that group of friends who only think about that. Enjoy and tell me here in the comments, is sex normal for you or is it still taboo? Do you practice or live well without it? And don't forget to subscribe in our channel, share this video with all the people. Don't forget to click in like and to click in the bell. And live with health, live with passion, and with God in your heart.